Competition not one, you in the desert, dead thirsty up against the hot sun. Okay, I can break it down like.
Alright, boom.
I'm ready for this.
Welcome back for another episode of Let's Break It Down.
Let's break it down.
Been going for quite a while.
Let's break it down, man.
What's up, man?
Chilling, man. I mean, life been funny for the last couple months, but I mean, I think that's the situation for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
With Corona, with social, what's the good word for it? Social distancing. No, not just the social distancing. The disruption of how the media is moving people, and that's why, you know what I'm saying. So it's just it's deep. It's deep. So, but for me, it been good for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying. Everybody has life and things that they, you know what I'm saying, they got going on that speaks to their life.
Word.
So yeah, just enjoying, at least not trying to look too much on what's the bad. Just trying to focus on the good and how to keep moving forward, knowing that anything can happen moving forward. Because I think we done spoke about this at least through the existence of our podcast, that like things happen. You know what I'm saying? But it be a lot of things behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, all that. So we just try to break it down, you know, the best way we can. You know what I'm saying? And how you been?
I've been good. I've been great. Life's not great, right? But yeah, I've been able to withstand these turbulent times. So in a way that I probably didn't think I was gonna be able to previously. You know, if this was like 2 years ago, I was just in a different place then. So I think that this happened like at a time where I wasn't gonna be able to waver. Like whatever was happening wasn't gonna waver me. I wasn't gonna let it affect my reality. So I've been progressing, man. I've been progressing at a steady pace. You know, we was already on a steady pace with Let's Break It Down. And then we stopped it, right? Or I stopped it, right? We got to get into it. We got to let the people know.
I mean,
we got to let the people know.
The world stopped. We
took a halt. The world stopped. Well, no, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get into that. So, you know, the last episode that we gave was actually a follow-up to the first coronavirus video. So we gave a coronavirus part 2, and that was right when it actually started hitting America. So it was like in Seattle. It wasn't even in New York yet.
Right. That's right.
When we did that video, I think that might have been February.
Yeah, February.
That was
March.
a February video.
February,
yeah.
March.
It wasn't March. It wasn't March. I know.
Was it March?
It might have been. It might have been March.
Might have been early March. Might have been early March. Because we already seen this. We already seen it coming.
Right.
Because we be talking and all that. So we kind of already seen it coming.
Absolutely.
So, but continue, brother.
And so, at that time, after we did that video, it was like every day the media was coronavirus. Because even in that video, I had said that it kind of died down. Like you wasn't really hearing it that much. And so it's funny to go back and hear it in retrospect when I go back and listen to the video, because I'm like, this is the only thing people are talking about. But that was just a sound bite, you know, that you could take and, you know, misconstrue it, because overall at that time, wasn't really people talking about it. It had just hit Seattle and people were getting ready, but it wasn't a thing that was like every single day on the news. And so since that time, there's been a whole bunch of shit in the news. With a whole bunch of shit in the news, there's going to be a whole bunch of shit in the internet. And so one of the reasons why I felt it was time to like really take a pause on this Let's Break It Down thing is because I truly do value the content that we bring to the people. And I felt like there was so much noise coming out. Like there was so much noise and so many different stories, and it was the 5G technology, and it was this and it was that, and it's the food, and it was just like, like get out of here, you know what I'm saying?
And you were stuck in the house.
Everything.
And you were stuck in the house while this was going on.
So, absolutely. So, yeah, that was another part of it. Like, you know, I was stuck in the house. I think they had just actually started initiating the quarantine when I had came over here. You know, where they was like, you can't be out past a certain time or some shit like that. It was some type of quarantine type thing where it was like, just stay in your house because it's coming. It's coming to New York. We got like 60 people hospitalized positive for COVID. So, the second reason why I thought it was really time to take a break was because everything that people were talking about was things that we had kind of already covered.
That's true.
In our previous episodes.
That's very true.
And I think this is a time where, you know, we take a hard pause on that and just say like, we appreciate all the views that we ended up getting
Facts.
through our efforts that we had from, you know, late last
Facts.
year up until the beginning of 2020, because, you know, people came out and they really showed a lot of love. People left comments, and we appreciate every one of you. You know, we do this because we felt like it was important to be able to get together and talk about real things that's happening in the world and be able to give our perspectives on it, because I think, you know, we a couple of wise people, and we, you know, we've been through some things, so we have some wisdom to impart.
Right.
And
Very true.
and
Very
yeah, it was just like, yo, what is there else new to talk about? Everything stopped, and we already talked about coronavirus. We cracked that thing wide open, not once but twice.
Very true.
And so
Very true.
now here we are.
Very true. Wow.
And so the third reason, and probably is like the most selfish reason, is I really felt like I needed to tap into myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, I needed to make sure I had real spiritual and moral grounding.
Not to
in
cut you off.
what was getting ready to happen. And
But I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I am gonna cut you off just so, like, for perspective, at the moment I couldn't understand, but so like you know, let's break it down. Let's get deep with it.
well, yeah.
No,
absolutely.
not personal.
I don't think it's
Personal
deep.
stuff.
I'm
Like,
just-
you know what I mean?
Well, no,
Like,
this is personal.
but-
Like, you know,
well, you know what I mean.
That's
You know
why I
what I
said
mean.
it was probably the most selfish reason out of all of the reasons, because I do think the first two reasons are valid, and really was where my mind was at. And so with that time, because everything had stopped, and because people were really in a panic, and I had already seen videos of what it was doing to the people in China, like, people were really like, you know, it was a crazy situation. So being that I knew it was coming here, like, I really wanted to make sure my foundation was stable. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, just for the future, for my kids, for everything. And I had another baby that came. My baby Zuri came May 10th.
Congratulations.
So, shout out Zuri. I love you, baby. So, you know, yeah, that whole thing. I started a new job March 2nd, which is a whole new endeavor. So, you know, I really felt like with all these new things that was happening and this new virus, alien virus that came through, you know, it was really important to make sure that I was all well put together and ready for the next things that's coming. And y'all, I've been surfing the wave, man. I've been moving with the current. I feel free. I feel good. And I feel like I'm ready to break it down for y'all. 'Cause this shit is crazy out here, y'all. This shit is crazy.
That was good.
This
That
shit
was
is
good.
crazy. But, you know, my brother was upset with me. I'm not even going front. Like, he was tight. He was like, yo, yeah, damn, we can do the Zoom call. I was like, yo,
I mean, you
I
know,
gotta get into the centeredness of myself.
You know, I was always.
I gotta understand everything that's going on, so I can overstand.
I took the Gary V energy that you was giving me. That was content.
And the content was important, and we have content, and that's why I made reference to it, because
Facts.
There's a lot of content out there. One of the first videos that we did was Tekashi 6ix9ine, and we basically like outed him as a as a Fed. From that point on, people still are like under the illusion that this kid is like just a regular kid. Like, this kid is definitely like an industry plant.
I'm glad that people are ignoring him too.
And that was our first video. We cracked
Facts.
open the whole Oprah thing. You know what I'm saying? We
Oh,
talked about
man.
Oprah. We talked about we even talked about civil rights cases. We
I
talked
will
about
say
Trump.
this. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna giggle. Like, yes, we talked about Trump. We talked about civil rights cases. We talked
We even
about a lot
talked
of
about
stuff. We talked about
Trump's son.
football.
We talked about Whoopi Goldberg
You know what I'm saying?
while we was talking about Trump's son. So, we talked about we actually have a video that's in the archives that we haven't even put out yet about AI.
We got a couple of joints.
And so, yeah, we got a couple of
We got a
joints
couple of
stashed. So,
You know what I'm
we're
saying?
going to keep this train moving. This train ain't went nowhere.
That deep in the color purple joint. That
Oh, we still have yet to make that. Yeah, but we got shit up our sleeve.
Don't be biting. Deep in the color purple. I'm gonna get there. Don't
We
be
got
mad
shit
at
up our
me either.
sleeve.
Don't be mad at me either.
Absolutely.
But-
So, since this whole absence, so let's break it down. Like, what you think? What you think about the reality? What you think about what people, are enduring,
Well-
what we're enduring as a country at this time?
Well, it's definitely a lot to process. That's one, because you know what I'm saying. Obviously, they come at us on the level of science with you know what I'm saying, with diseases and that's that and the third. We caught up in the politics right now. You know what I mean? And who did what, and who did this, and who did that, and who's gonna be better. I'm not gonna get into my politics right now, but I'm just saying that. You know what I'm saying? We caught up in that, literally in that moment right now. We also caught up in a moment where, because we're stuck in our cribs and life is like so different from last year, that like it's just so different. So we caught in our head a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say everybody's that, but I can definitely say a lot of people doing that, because you're sick of doing the same thing over and over and over. So at some point, you gotta like sit down and talk to yourself and find out like the things that you really fully believe in. You know what I'm saying? The things you're not backing. Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? The things that make you you. The things that make you what you don't like. The things that make you what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets to a point like, yeah,
who are you really?
Yeah, who are you really? You know what I'm saying?
Are you who people want you to be, or are you truly who you want to be?
Right. We're going to take our mask off at some point. We gonna, you know what I mean? Or we're going to just keep living with our mask on. Right. I mean, some people are going to do that, and because they can't help doing that.
Of course,
they can't help doing that.
Absolutely, the majority of people now, and I don't want to sound condescending.
No, you're right.
The majority of people have shells.
Right.
They live inside a shell.
They live in a shell. They live in a shell. You got to get beyond. You got to crack that shell and just start living for you and how you feel. Like, and can't nobody make you feel indifferent to how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm a kind of person that moves lonely a lot, unless I'm moving with my brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? But I move lonely because of, one, I can think to self about the things that I'm doing. What else can I do? Like, you know what I'm saying, for myself first, and then I can think about my people, because I can't help my people if I can't help myself first. But at the same time, I mean, I'm not that bad off in life where I can still talk, and you know what I'm saying, let's break it down,
right?
And speak about real issues. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying, stuff that people. I'm not saying that you need to go to work and wild out and, you know, Black Fist and Black Lives Matter and wild out at work tomorrow. But I'm just saying, just think about yourself. Think about what's been going on in your life for the last 2 years. This year was so crazy. Think about last year, because that, you know, we don't even have to go back that far. Just compare your last year to this year and think about everything, the internal, the outternal, like all of that stuff. Like, try to, compartmentalize everything that's been going on inside your life right now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And in the last 2-3 years, it'd be perfect. If you could go back further, that's even better. But just compartmentalize the last 2 years. Did I say that word right? Compartmentalize? I don't want to compartmentalize. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about the outer, the inner. Like, you know what I'm saying? The outer, the inner. Like, the inner, the outer. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say, like, to finally answer your question. Actually, I think I answered it already. But just saying that it's just been a whole lot. 2020 been so crazy. I'm 40-40 in 2020. I'm 40-40 in 2020. I play with numbers a lot too. So my name is Ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous. Mm-hmm. It's dangerous. Like, I ain't gonna get into all that, because that's a deeper conversation. We ain't gonna get into all that. You know what I'm saying? But the year been good for me for the most part. I'm saying I figured out a lot of who I am. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that going into 2021, excuse me. Put it like this. I don't want to say that it's way better than 2020. Because a lot of people was like, oh, this is a nightmare. Nah. It wasn't a nightmare for me, because you know how me and you talk when we have our conversations. I always be like, shit like this could happen. Like, I'm always on that wave. Mm-hmm. Like, man, what if this shit happen? Mm-hmm. What people gonna do? And you know what I'm saying? For the most part, I ain't gonna say when people been cooling out. I mean, it's a lot of fire burning. I mean, not fire burning. I want the word just right. I don't want to sound stupid at all. It's a lot of people are igniting flames of things into people, and they're doing it purposefully. And the people that hear it are actually not going out and looking and listening to the information. Like, doing it for themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, doing their own homework. Do your own homework. If you can't do your own homework, then I can't do it for you. You can't do it for them. This podcast can't do it for you. We can just spark certain things for you. do your homework. Look into this stuff. We've been talking about, like, I can't wait until how we the direction that we going in. Big shout out to Dada. You know what I'm saying?
That was good.
Big shout out to the
like
direction. You know what I'm saying? The direction that we moving in, because only direction we moving is moving forward. You're not trying to move backwards. You know what I'm saying? And people gotta like sit down and like think about the stuff that really matter and stuff that really care. Life about to be different. Moving forward, I think this whole thing about to be different. Like, it's about to be different. Can you get used to this? And if you can't, if you can get used to this, oh man, Black Mirror, white Mirror. Excuse me, White Mirror. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for coming to One's TED Talk. We back. We'll see y'all next week with another good episode of that deep shit.
But it's real though.
It's absolutely real. It's absolutely real. Like, you know, I think it's a heavy load for a lot of people to carry, and you know, this is really it's like working out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you work out, you build your muscles up, and then finally your muscles get tested. Like, this is where your muscles are getting tested. I might even add a fourth reason why we stopped, because I knew, and I think I even told you this verbatim, like what I'm about to say. All this conscious shit, people would stay woke. It's been a lot of people like trying to, you know, come into this conscious movement and talk about stay woke. That wasn't really conscious like years ago. Like, they just started being conscious, which is good. You know, people waking up every day, that's great. I already understand what the age is. It's going to be an age where people begin to wake up, because the shit is going to be so blatant. They're going to really, like, look and be like, damn, I'm really in the Matrix. Like, these niggas is telling me what to do, where to go, how far to stay away from people, like, how to wash myself, like, all this shit. They controlling everything. You know what I'm saying? Telling you, you got to stay in your house. They putting ankle monitors on niggas, like, just to make sure that they stay in their house for 14 days. And so this does begin to take over your mind.
Facts.
And then you have this media campaign, fear mongering people by the masses, and it's controlling their mind as well. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a long time before things start getting back to what people would ever think is normal, as far as just, you know, people actually being outside and not hearing any type of criticism. The hood is always going to be outside. That's never going to change. But I'm going to save everything that's going to come after that for another episode.
Right.
But, you know, just to talk about the reality and keep it in the reality, like, you know, this was one of those things where if you didn't train for your Ironman, you just got washed ashore. Yeah. Like, them waves just took you. You know what I'm saying? And you still, like, getting hit with the waves on the banks of the shore. You don't know what's happening. I can't breathe. And so with that, that's where it's at for me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that. I'm good on that. Only thing, we're going to continue to break it down. This is re-emergence.
It's the welcome back. We sorry for leaving y'all, but we back.
But we never really left. Especially if you followed us. Especially if you follow my man on IG and you follow me on IG. I mean, I don't really get too super deep on IG unless I'm...
Absolutely, but go back and check out the old videos most definitely.
Check out them old videos, because we spoke about all this other stuff. And we got more stuff coming, you know what I'm saying, coming soon. Should I just... Can I blah one time?
Yeah.
Can I really do that?
Go ahead.
Because this might make people want to really come back, or they might hate us for that.
If they watched it up until this point, they definitely gonna come back. But go ahead, leave with something.
What was the brother? And I want you to post this speech. Like, I'm literally saying this slow because the way that we do stuff, I know we edit this stuff. I can't remember his name right now because we talking. And I had this. It just popped in my head while we was talking. All right, let's break it down. What?
What's the dude's name? What was he on?
No, he did the speech, and that speech was like, it was a dope speech.
From the March on Washington?
I think he was on Channel 7. He was on one of them shows on Channel 7. You know who I'm talking about.
Khalid Muhammad?
Nah, he light skinned brother. He was on the TV show. He had a deep speech a couple years ago. It's like 4 or 5 years ago.
Jason Williams?
Is it Jason Williams?
Jesse Williams?
Jesse Williams.
Jesse Williams.
He was on the TV show, right?
I think so.
He ain't on the TV show no more, though.
I don't know.
All right. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. That way we can cut it anytime we want. Let's break it down. Yo, you remember that speech, though?
We got new shit coming for 2020. I mean, I don't remember it verbatim, but yeah.
Just sneak peek conversation of what I want to, like, this is, you can dice this up, obviously.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it in there. Yeah.
You cut it in what time you want it in there. No, I'm dead ass.
I'm mad you keep saying the production cues.
Jesse Williams. That's his name, right? Jesse Williams.
Jesse Williams
versus Sean King. Reggae deep. People gonna be mad at me. Nah, I mean that. We don't gotta put this in there if you don't want to. I'm telling you,
that's a good one though.
That's a good one. I'm telling you for so many reasons.
But you know they're gonna pressure Jesse. No, they're gonna put him in the corner.
I mean, we're gonna put it any kind of way we're gonna do it. But I'm just telling you, that's a good topic. I'm doing this beef footage that we can just release because I say shit. But I'm being dead ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's the light skinned black nigga that was like 3-4 years ago. Now we got this nigga on IG doing all kinds of trying to light niggas, trying to light on.
He's a New York Times writer.
Niggas is fishy, and that's all I'm gonna say is.
Shots at Sean King.
I shoot at everybody, yo.
They're gonna say
I should conversation wise, it's not even that bad. Like what I'm saying is like the way that we give it up is at the end of the day is I would love to have a conversation with face to face and we put the cameras on and it's really get it popping because you know what I'm saying like that's the level I'm on. Like I don't got nothing bad to say about nobody. And if they want to talk to me about it, we could talk about it. Like for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real.
Yeah.
Like for real. We can talk about anything. I don't care how nobody feel about how I say about nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's my opinion. I'll challenge anybody. Yeah, vote 2020. Let's break it down. I'm ready for this, baby. I'm built for this.
Let's get it.
I got dragon blood.
Come on.
Competition not one, you in the desert, dead thirsty up against the hot sun. Okay, I could break it down like whatever you want.
So we got Gayle King.
Gayle Stale King. Oh man. and we got to talk about this. We got to talk about it all. I mean, let's start with obviously she did an interview with Lisa Leslie.
Right.
After Kobe Bryant passed away, his untimely demise. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
She did an interview with Lisa Leslie,
mm-hmm.
and she asked her, in my eyes, some inappropriate questions. Even though she's a journalist, I thought the timing, if anything, was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I mean? Like we could have been asked and talked about this, but she made a comment about his sexual allegations. Should that be in his legacy? I really don't understand that question, honestly, because in your legacy, in your lifetime, things happen. But is she saying, are we supposed to just forget about this? Like, to me, I thought it was the timing was horrible, and I thought it was a bad question. Mm-hmm. And I thought her follow-up after that, when she was like, well, you don't know him, you wouldn't see it, that's an opinion. Mm-hmm. That's an opinion. So that's unbiased, especially as a journalist. So that's why I took it like all the way wrong. I felt like she was trying to drive the conversation. And I'm like, all right, that happened in his lifetime, and legacy is your lifetime. All right, it did happen, but do we need to talk about it? He actually got acquitted. You know what I mean? Because of reasonings.
He settled out of court, bro.
Yeah, he settled out of court, but they didn't want to go to trial. They didn't want to. The prosecution didn't want to go further because the main witness, she had so many holes in her story mm-hmm. that it was terrible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She was a horrible witness. You know what I'm saying? They found like 2-3 semen samples in her drawers. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, man! Like, it was a lot. She was a sketchy witness. You know what I mean? That's why. So they make it seem like, they settled out because they had no case. They really had no case. It was all they had was he say shit.
Yeah, I ain't know all that about the case. I just know that you know what I'm saying. It popped up and then it was over.
Yeah, it was over because they ain't have no evidence. But that's what the media do. They're gonna promote, and that's how it brings us back to the Gayle asking Lisa Leslie those terrible questions.
Right.
And got us to this. Got us with all outrage where everybody has something to say about her and Oprah because obviously the attack on black men. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson documentary,
right?
R. Kelly, whatever.
Well, I think they're trying to champion this Me Too movement. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see the whole interview, so I don't know how much of that was a part of the overall feel for the interview. But I do know that CBS decided to air that part. She didn't even know; she was unaware. Not trying to give her excuses. I'm just saying she says that she was unaware that commercial was gonna come out, right? She probably lying like a motherfucker, right? So she probably lying like hell, Gayle. But she claimed she didn't know, and this portion comes out, and of course there's outrage. You know what I'm saying, over that whole thing. Where she asked that question, like, should that be a part of his legacy? But I think she also believes the women, and I think that's something that Oprah always says when she attacks somebody, because they jumping on this Me Too shit. Yeah, it's called Me Too. It's like everybody you get a lawsuit, everybody gets a lawsuit. Me Too. It's called Me Too. You know what I'm saying? That's how that's how the lines get blurred. They put the shit so far in your face that you look past it and don't realize everybody's trying to get money off this because it's a big deal. Yeah, women are gonna watch this shit. They're gonna hear about which big wig is actually almost like a feminazi takeover. You know what I'm saying? Because then the women are able to have a position to knock out a lot of the big wigs and get rid of the patriarch that's been running a lot of this shit in the first place. So it's almost like we're gonna get you out of here one way or another if that's the plan. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way it's looking. And the other reason why I say that is because Tawana Burke is the person that started the Me Too movement, and I think she started in the late '90s, maybe early 2000s. But even she's come out and said publicly that she don't know where this shit is going. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say this shit, but she said she don't it's completely taking on this whole other beast, and so that lets you know that it's in higher hands than hers because she's the one that started it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And when a movement, any type of movement, even like a rap movement, you know what I'm saying, a business, when it starts going into a whole nother stream of revenue. And you get that plug, you know what I'm saying? It completely is out of your hands now. It's out of your control. There's somebody else that's controlling that shit and how it's spun and the optics that come out on it and who gets taken down and everything.
Crazy, yo. Because on top of that, gotta speak on the fact that so many people were outraged and even Snoop so much came out.
Right.
I actually thought that he was actually making a real good point. Until he did that part that drew up the outrage. Right. You know what I'm saying? Calling out her name and making it almost sound like let's get her. You know what I mean? Because he's a big guy. I mean, he's popular, has 1 trillion followers. So it could be viewed by somebody not viewing the optics right. They could be not viewed right. So, but it quickly spun into like a pity party for Gayle within that 2-3 day range of everybody with the outrage. Like it quick to flip to we're out of our place, and almost like we're just gonna forget what she said. That took on its own thing. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what you said. Also the Me Too thing, that took on this old thing where Snoop had to apologize.
Well, it becomes an influence. It becomes a power and influence match. You know what I'm saying? You got this influence. This is what you chose to use your influence to do. Now watch my way. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? On that level, that's exactly what it is. And one of the things that, you know what I'm saying, I'm glad that you said is that, I'm glad that you said that because Snoop is not just popular. He's like one of the most popular people in the world.
In the world, right.
He's one of the most popular people in the world. There's like no place that he can go where people don't know who Snoop Dogg is just because of the brand, how big his brand is, and how unique he is as a as a person, as a personality.
Facts.
Like he got a show with Martha Stewart.
Yeah, that's big time.
And so the next level of the pity party comes where he actually apologized. He apologized on Instagram, and this goes back to even though it's about Gayle King, this kind of goes back to what I'm getting ready to say about Kobe, and it's that you don't die clean. Right. And that's something that Eddie Griffin said. Like, nobody dies clean. None of the legends, none of the black legends that we have dies clean. There's always one asterisk, one mark against them that people actually harp on. Mm-hmm. And then years later, you got kids that say, you like that guy? Yeah, but he da-da-da-da-da-da. Or even your neighborhood troll. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you like this dude? Man, he over there raping bitches. Like, what are you talking about? Right. He over there playing with little boys. Man, what the fuck he's talking? Like, it's that thing. Like, when you're black, you don't have those asterisks on your record. And in the white community, it's not like that.
Right. You mean you do have the asterisks on your record, but
I mean, you have the asterisks on your record, yeah, but in the white community, it's not like that. Kevin Spacey, how many people are walking around seeing Kevin Spacey and thinking in their mind, oh, look at this, look at this guy, because, like, really? Or do they think about Kevin Spacey from the movies?
They think about him from the movies. They all that whitewashes out their mind. Like, what? Who? What?
So,
let me get a selfie.
The interesting thing, I thought the interesting, like, mindfuck in the black community, because that was one mindfuck in the black community that I thought was dope. And I think that Netflix is also tied into, and that goes back to the last one. Like, Netflix always comes out with some shit that's just, like, crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what it is? They also at the point where they have to release that type of material because because of the streaming services, like i.e. Marvel, they're pulling all their movies out of that. You know what I mean? Once their contract is done, it's over. You got to come over here to this streaming service to watch all of we're going to give you a better package, but all our stuff is here. You know what I'm saying? I actually thought about getting that because they got them. My man told me they have those old Disney movies. Right. Like the one, and they tell you beforehand, this, that, and they give you but that's something we'll talk about that, you know?
So I'm about to drop it. I'm about to drop the time in here.
Excuse me.
As far as mind control, how like mind control works. So Gayle King comes out with this thing where she said these things. CBS plays it, right? Another big mega corporation releases this snippet where you're asked if your legacy, you know what I'm saying, really matters if you got these things on your record. You know what I'm saying? Or do you put that next to it? Like, is it up there with that? And then you got the Malcolm X documentary that comes out. And in this documentary, you supposedly find out who actually killed Malcolm.
I didn't see the whole thing yet, but I pretty much know what's going on.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
No. I know what's going on.
So in this thing, you actually find out who kills Malcolm. Now, the funny thing is that the guy that kills Malcolm is still, of course, was still free. And he was also tied politically with certain people in New Jersey. He was in one of the campaign ads for the guy that, ran for Cory Booker. He was in one of the campaign ads. So he ended up opening up a gym and, like teaching a lot of the young kids like how to box and all this. He ended up becoming like a person that donated money and all that. So when the dude interviewing people trying to figure out like, yo, you know this dude? This is the dude that killed Malcolm X. And they like, oh yeah, we knew that. Like they wasn't surprised. Like, oh, I heard that. Streets talk. They all knew. But they was like, but he's a good guy. Look at all the things that he did after that.
Wow.
So that's the mind fuck. Like, you persecute Gayle because she asked this question. And now, do you forgive this dude that shot Malcolm X?
Wow.
So you talk bad about a leader, but how far are you willing to go to defend something that's tied to a leader? You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
This dude killed Malcolm. Oh, but that don't matter though, because you see what I'm saying? Like that, yo, that's why you gotta. I'll be seeing shit I'll be reading shit on different levels, and this is the shit that black people watch. All black people saw the fucking what Gayle King did. The whole world saw it, but black people was the ones that was really upset about it and emotional about it. And that's the other thing, frequency, vibration. They hit your heart with that shit, and then they turn around and hit your heart with finding out who killed Malcolm. But he's a good guy. That was something that he did that was bad, but he's a good guy. But you're not willing in your mind. You will forgive Kobe, but you ain't willing to forgive the nigga that killed Malcolm.
Like word, like wow, that's a flip.
So it make you flip, it make you go into different parts of your brain that shows divisiveness.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's crazy. But you know, that's how
That's how I go.
That's how I go.
That's how I go, and that's why we break this shit down. That's why we break this shit down though, because you gotta see how deep the programming works. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even though we got a program, like we programming you to be unprogrammed. You know what I'm saying? Unlearn. I'm not even, that's somebody else's slogan, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta get rid of the shit that you think is truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just don't believe that anything is true.
Right.
And then find the truth.
Right. In that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Be a warrior against the machine, baby.
Breaking it down. So shit, that was the main 3 topics. We got some sub chapters. We got a new thing where we sketch over little shit that might have happened recently.
Yeah, you know what? Anybody, leave your comments if anything y'all want us to talk about. And but we definitely got some little small things that we could just glaze over.
Hell yeah, definitely. So Quaden Bells. Let's start with that. Start with the little kid.
Oh man!
Internet went crazy over. Internet went crazy over this little kid. This little kid was apparently getting bullied in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So his mother does the live of him crying, having this outburst about him, wanting to kill himself because he's being bullied at school. And the mother's reprimanding, not reprimanding, but she's so upset that she's basically saying to people, "You see what bullying does?" And she's cursing, she's throwing like F-bombs, she says shit a couple times. You know what I'm saying? But the kid is like having this outrage, like he's going ahead. So go ahead and tell the story.
No, that's what the kid was having the outrage.
Wanted to kill himself.
Wanted to kill himself. Said he didn't want to be here. Wanted to kill me right now. And but the whole internet went kind of crazy, and it was funny because I found out that story about what was going on after. I just saw memes of this little kid,
right? And
I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what's going on with this little kid exactly? Mm-hmm. And then I found out, I seen it on some show when he said he was a little kid, showed the video of him getting bullied, and showed all the responses, the good responses. Yeah. Hey, guy, buddy, we're with you. We're going to come see you. Don't kill yourself, all the celebs. And then
he went to like a rugby all-star game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, walked out with them.
But now it seemed kind of questionable. I don't know, everybody, for the last two days or so, everybody's like, it was a scheme. Whatever, something like that.
So people are saying that the kid is an actor. It's a scam. He's like 18 years old. And then videos started leaking through where he's like cursing. He's saying the N-word, which I think people are thinking that this is a white kid, but he's actually mixed. You know what I'm saying? So he has a little bit of melanation in him. And you can see that if you look at his sisters. So a lot of shit is coming out, but black people are like not believing this shit. Black Twitter is like going ham on this little kid. They going ham on him. And he's actually, and the only reason I keep calling him a little kid is because he's actually a little kid. Like you can go back and see, because he was on the news and all that. He has a very rare condition. Mm-hmm. So he's been in the media. The fact that he's an actor isn't really like a secret. That's the thing that he was doing. And he didn't ask for money. I think that's another thing that people get caught up in when they just see memes and don't really know the story. Like somebody saw the video and decided to raise money for him to go to Disneyland. So he didn't the video didn't drop and then the mother put it up and said, "Go fund me because my child is being bullied." Like,
oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like she actually didn't have anything to do with that, and she actually came out and said no fundraisers for us, this, that, and the third. So this dude ended up doing a fundraiser for them, and then the shit is at $600,000 now. Like this dude got some big bank, but videos ended up coming out with the kid because he's an actor, holding money and acting like he was the shit. And it's funny because Nicki Minaj said some shit to people Cardi B. Cardi B said some dope shit to people. She was like, "Y'all niggas fucking be broke and be acting like y'all rich on Instagram." So don't blame this little kid for doing, you know what I'm saying? Doing that shit, because people do that shit all the time. That's right. But when you under the microscope, and a certain public opinion is out there, people just run with anything. Mm-hmm. So now it's crazy to me. The reason why it's a double whammy for me, and I kind of want to talk about it, is because it's a double whammy because now the kid is being cyberbullied. And he's actually a kid. The kid is 9 years old.
That's crazy.
I watched a video of him doing an interview. That's what I'm saying. Like, he did other interviews. I watched a video of him where he did an interview 5 years ago, and you can tell that he's like a kid. At that time, he was 4, but you can tell, like, you know, that he was a child, small person.
Right,
he's 9. He's 9 now.
I thought he was older than that.
No, he's 9.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 9 years old. He's 9 years old. So when you see the video of them talking to him when he was 4, you see that, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely like a little ass kid. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they think he 18. It's not a 13-year-old.
I thought he was like 12 or something. I thought he was like 12.
But dwarfism, I think, is what
right.
he got.
He definitely
so
has
not like
right.
a teenage dwarf 5 years ago when that video happened. He was definitely like for a baby. Like, you could tell.
See, but that's why I didn't think it was not, because the way he was articulating his words in that video, I was just like, it's like, he seems a little older than that. Because I'm like, yo, he's articulating these words, and now that I know he's an actor, I'm like, I can look at it in a different scope, because I'm like, wait, huh?
But it's Australia, though. Australia, like, they, you know. America is another level, so when we speak our English, we speak like broken English, you know what I'm saying? They speak proper English over there.
Yeah, I was like, well, but you know, I need to do some more research on it, if anything, to find out what's actually going on, what's the outrage. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, hell yeah. So that's slated off. Trump pardons. You want to talk about that?
Oh, that's funny. I want to get some more information on that, but it'd be good to, oh man, like, because I want to really look into I want to look into what that sports dude, like that, the dude, I think he was
San Francisco 49ers.
San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. I want to look exactly what all the people did. I want to.
So Trump pardoned some people. We just glaze over it.
Yeah.
So Trump pardoned some people, but I looked into individually. Rob Blagojevich is one of them, and he was selling like Senate seats.
Yeah,
he was selling the Senate seat for Barack Obama. That's the shit he got caught up in. But I'm pretty sure he did it. If he did it that time, he's probably been doing it for years. So
that's what he said. What he said. What was his words exactly?
So yeah, in the interview, he was on Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper, you know, got all in his feeling and started hate girling that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like
really
started really like trying to annihilate this dude on national television. But the dude said like this is like regular. Shit like that. He was like, this is like a regular ongoing thing. Like, this thing is nothing that
he's like, this ain't nothing
out of the ordinary.
Like, this is common practice.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Common practice. You know what I'm saying? That
like,
people selling Tennessee. So Trump pardoned him, probably based on that fact, because Trump probably knows that. So, you know, he probably, pardoned him. Then he pardoned the former NYPD commissioner.
That's right.
And that dude was wild crooked. I don't really remember you.
What's his name?
I don't remember his name.
Oh man, I forgot his name. Yeah, he was crooked. He was doing some. Yeah, I thought he was like the dirty cop in the movie, like the chief. Like
right. So then he
and I think he was the commissioner when that whole stop and frisk.
Yeah, I think he was the commissioner doing stop and frisk too. Yeah, because he had a long run.
Wow, knock on wood. He gets released while Bloomberg is running. Yo, Trump is slick, yo. His chessboard is set up nice.
Slick. Exactly.
Yo, yeah, you could come out.
So like Bloomberg,
I got you.
He's gonna. they know that Bloomberg's billions of dollars is eventually gonna win over. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it might not. It might back up in his face. But just in case,
just in case,
pardons. You know what I'm saying? One of the dudes that was probably taking orders from him.
He was the police commissioner when Bloomberg was the command.
Right.
For 3 terms.
Right.
He cheated, got an extra term, and then turned around at the end of his term, and then went back to 2. Yo, come on, B. Like, this kid is slick. These dudes are slick, B. Oh man, like, you ain't slick.
Crazy word.
I'm definitely not voting for you.
He also pardoned the former owner of the San Francisco 49ers. Well, he's still the owner because his wife owns it now.
Right.
But yeah, he pardoned him, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think he paid off like some government officials or some shit like that. He got caught up in some like paying off people type scheme to like sweep some shit under the rug. So, you know, Trump pardons is, as you say, what is the Don.
The Don, yo. The Don, yo. You, like I said earlier,
he got some of his Godfather
quiet.
Out.
Yo, he stayed quiet. Ain't mentioned nobody. Yo, I'm doing regular. Yo, that's regular common practice. Yeah, you pardon. Commissioner stopping for you pardon. Like, yo, Donald Trump is lining his eggs like bang, bang, bang. Yeah, all these people gonna love me. And I still got Kim Kardashian in my pocket.
Yep. And that's the other thing. He balanced it out, too. Like, I'm going to get Kim Kardashian in the pocket. Yo, Oh man, that's another thing. Y'all sleeping on Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
That move is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That move is incredible on a whole nother level. Because remember, Obama called him a jackass. Now he's buddy with the president, the next president of the United States.
We got
so that move is like, yo, it's drag word. That's some draconian shit. Like real chess piece, real chess move, real chess move. And you gonna do some criminal reform with my wife. She's the biggest. She's one of the biggest stars next to Beyonce. For doing nothing.
She got just as many followers.
This is gonna be a win-win for both of us. We're gonna give her some personality as far as caring about people. And then we gonna, you know what I'm saying? You already gonna have the fame because you're working with Kim Kardashian, and these are the people you gonna get off first. You know what I'm saying? Like all power moves.
She got off
all power moves.
Black people. Oh man, this is young.
And after black people started looking at Trump a little sideways, like, hey, he may not be that bad. Then he went out and got some of his cronies.
Now I'm gonna get my buddies out.
Now I'm gonna get my boys out.
That's the real plan. That was the real plan. Oh man, wait till we get to this point.
Right.
Like, watch guys.
Right.
4 years. Don't say nothing.
Exactly.
Just be quiet.
Exactly. Yo, so I don't know. Anything else? I think that's it.
Anything crazy in the sport, otherwise, like sports world, music world, I mean, RP, Pop Smoke. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't. No, I'm hearing the XFL is crazy though.
I've been seeing all the games been on. I have just never stopped to watch.
Yeah, I'm hearing the XFL is crazy. I haven't watched the game, but I'm hearing it's pretty dope. Like the players are actually ready. I think they rushed it last time. The first time they came out, so the players was like looking like a Pee Wee League team and shit. But I heard the XFL is going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? I hear people like, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty exciting. Okay, so shit, what else? I think that's it.
That's it.
I think that's it for this episode.
Real quick, Deontay Wilder, I'm trolling. I'm trolling.
We'll talk about Deontay Wilder. Wow.
We'll do that later.
Okay.
You know, we'll do all that later.
Because
I did hear he might have had an injury, so I'm gonna be hurry up. I might have had a leg injury, and one of them dudes saying like his leg is like where his power is from. Yeah. So we give him a benefit of the doubt. I ain't gonna troll.
Shit, I don't know. No, I ain't talk about that. Everybody saw it. If you didn't, you saw the memes. I ain't gonna talk about that. I ain't gonna talk about that. That shit.
No, it is what it is.
That shit was fucked up though. That was fucked up. But shout out to D Smoke, yo. That was probably one of the best ring entrances I've ever seen.
Word, dope entrance.
You know
dope entrance. D
Smoke.
Smoke.
One of the dope entrances. Too bad it was a horrible exit.
Yeah.
But dope ass entrance, D Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, man. Hope an album come out soon for real. Yeah.
Not to be a cheap plug, but For Life, 50 Cent show on channel 7. Might want to check that out. Pretty good.
Hell yeah, that shit was pretty good. But shit, they ain't paying us nothing. You ain't paying us.
Yeah, word.
So fuck y'all. We out this bitch.
Yeah.
Another episode of Let's Break It Down. You know what I'm saying?
Down.
Like and subscribe. Yo, when you subscribe, hit the bell button on the YouTube. Y'all watch mad YouTube influencers say that shit. Now I hate that I'm saying it, but people don't know to hit the bell. Yeah. If you hit the bell, you'll actually be notified when we actually come out with new videos. So you know what I'm saying? It'll let you know all the new episodes or whatever. So happy Black History Month, and shit, we be right back at you real soon. You know what I'm saying?
As my man says, church. Let's break it down.
While I'm cousin down in this lights on my fighters, we dip to all they thugs. Out of all my fighters, they don't think I know what's up. I let this kush burn slow. 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 I let this lights to all my haters, we dip to all they thugs. Out of all my fighters, they don't think I know what's up. I let this kush burn slow. I let this kush burn slow. I let this kush burn slow. I let this kush burn slow.